Good morning, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Den of Iniquity. It is Ken Shaving and BSC, home of your Big Shave Best Champion, as always. And this morning, not new blade reviews, continue with video number 18. Perma-sharp, super Turkish company, manufactured in Russia, and very popular blade as well. It was one of my first blades once I got into wet shaving after some recommendations, and I liked it pretty much immediately, but I have not used one in a number of months. So let's get into the video here. Our standard fare exists as always. We got the cube for the pre-shave. We got our Thayer's and Star Jelly for the basis of our post-shave. Today's soap and aftershave splash, again, Crown King formulas to keep everything consistent. Porthos, which is the nod to classic Aramis. So we got the soap and the aftershave cologne. Atomic Rocket brush at the ready, 26 ml synthetic. Cup O distilled water. And of course the Rockwell 6S on plate 4, ready to be loaded with the Perma-sharp super / stainless blade. Single wrapped wax paper and glue bud. Same factory apparently as Astra and the Russian Gillettes. And a couple other blades. So it makes sense by the way it's wrapped. The Japanese only ones are like glue buds more. If you look at a feather, holy jeebus. So it just says Perma-sharp stainless, 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4. Let's drop that in. We got a day's growth. Plate 4. We're going to run it down, get it warmed up a little under the tap. There we go. Wet the face. Put on a little cube. Good to see Leonard Ibarra back in video news. He's had a few days apparently due to teacher walkout in Arizona. So, and he was ill for a while. So Leonard, glad to see you back, and glad you're feeling better. And he had a massive, awesome beard. His killer mustache he had a couple years ago where he could really play with it. I mean, dude can grow some facial hair, man. The brother can grow some. So, yeah. So he's back, guys. New video. Just trimming off the beard. So let's get the Atomic Rocket loaded here with some Porthos. So yesterday's sharp edge shave was very good in my opinion. I know I had some feedback that some just don't like it. I had a perfectly fine shave with it, especially on 2 days growth. It seems like one, if you want to use a slightly more efficient or / aggressive razor, and as long as your beard growth can tolerate it, you know, coarseness, thickness, etc. Perfectly fine shave. I really enjoyed it. So. But again, great thing about this hobby. What I'm really finding is, as my technique has improved, my options have opened. And of course, my lathering has improved also, which is really a blessing. I finally discovered what water and what technique I need to use, and because it's diminished my number of weepers and other negative aspects of the style of shaving. So for those curious about Porthos, it is a nod to classic Aramis cologne aftershave. It is a Chypre, which of course is, I believe, Greek or French. No, it's French, isn't it? French for Cyprus. So it's kind of green, but kind of woody at the same time. It's not as green as Fougères can be, and Fougères can vary. As I'm assuming Sheepra scents can as well. So this is going to be more on your cologne tip. I haven't really smelled any other Sheepras except for a passing nod of a sampling sniff, like La Petite Chypre, the Lather line, and I think I smelled the Grand Chypre from Bear Stern Man also, but both of those was Bear Stern Man. Of course, the Lather line is discontinued. Good soap base though. It was not expensive. I have the lavender of it. You can do a little more water. So while I'm lathering, another mom update. Instead of moving her to a separate facility, they're going to do the rehab stint in the hospital where she's already admitted on their physical therapy floor. So she'll be in through the weekend for sure, maybe into early next week tops before she's discharged, depending on her progress. And the good thing is this hospital has really good facilities for that. So that's a bonus. And they don't have to like move her down to transportation and get her checked in elsewhere. Everything's going to stay in-house. So for logistics alone, that's a great sign. But also, I've had friends that have had experiences either through other folks, either co-workers or whatever, express very positive feedback about the hospital facility. So very thankful for that. Thanks for again all the well wishes and kind words, good vibes, energies, prayers, etc. Just a blessing that everything went so smoothly, considering the accident itself. You know. All right. See, I got a good amount of lather here. Let's put that back on the brush. All right. So let's see what Perma-sharp on a plate 4 does. My guess is that, of course, Perma-sharp being a Turkish company, and then Nasset owned by Gillette, but has Turkish on the packaging. Probably two of the more popular blades, along with Derby or Darby, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Really nice first pass. Of course, first pass is always just to knock off that initial stuff anyway, so. It's always the second pass where I get the ROI on blades. Or it's like, what was the return on putting it in my razor? Am I getting a good shave from it? See, I'm generating enough lather now to where it's. I will say, this is a good brush to whip up a lather. It's inexpensive. It's a great design ergonomically, at least for my hand. Releases the lather easily, probably because it's not, the dense it's not. But ease of lathering, display, softness, hand feel. It's got to be one of the, I mean, the combination, if you score it on a decathlon scale of 10 events or where you finish, it's probably one of the best synthetic brushes out there. So if you're in the market for a 26 mil, I'd either say this one or like the Big Bruce from Razor Rock. The only reason I can't say about recommended sterling brushes, I haven't used one, but I hear a lot of good things, so they have some good brushes out there. In the size, like the Monster, I think was the Monster may have been bigger, like 28. I think it's 26 though. But synthetics are usually inexpensive. If you want to stay under 15 bucks, plenty of options. You can go to ItalianBarber.com, get a Razor Rock brush. You can get one from Phoenix Shaving, get one from Sterling Soap Company. 3 good options right there. Comfortable so far. Very comfortable, fairly close. It's hard to say, to be honest, with a lot of these blades now, especially when I'm doing daily shaves. I mean, for the most part, it feels about where it was with the sharp edge yesterday. I guess what it will come down to is comfort, and it is very comfortable. Now, if we're talking going number of shaves, now I've only been doing 1 shave per blade since I've been doing this series. I mean, I got a bunch of them on my magnet here. Pardon me. Excuse me. And So I'm not pushing durability, but I really want to feature a blade to shave. And it's okay because, I mean, some I don't have to use again. If I'm going to get an equivalent shave, a few more shaves on a blade and get the same shave versus one good shave and then second shave is going to be garbage. Why would I want to use the one that's going to be garbage on number 2? So if I use one blade to shave, even if it's a blade I love, I mean, I just bought a bunch of Nasset. I got Crystal, Perma-sharp. My main ones are like Persona Red, Persona Lab Blue, Nasset, Crystal, Perma-sharp. What else do I have a bulk of? I'm looking at my tux here. Those are my main set. Oh, and Kai. Although I do have a number of, thanks to Chris Maiden, ASCO, the PTFE coded ASCO, the reds or the orange, yellows, whatever they are. Because the only difference is 5 and 10 tucks. But those are all these are the ones I usually enjoy the most, although I've been trying different ones. Because there's a point where I'm discovering that I'm not finding a ton of difference at a point. I mean, what I should do is after I do a few more of these, then I run the gamut of the blades I have, is go back and revisit the Dorco Titan, because that shave was not good. And that may have been a dud blade. And the Zay felt initially a little tuggy, but I had like no feedback, almost no feedback from the alum block after 3 passes. So I mean, if you got a coarser beard, my beard's not very coarse. I say my beard is average. Average hair, individual hair thickness, and probably average density on the main growth parts. So I couldn't imagine, like Leonard DeBarro, bringing him back up for example. I couldn't imagine Leonard using Zays because while I ended up with a very comfortable shave, it felt like I had to do a little more work lightly versus him having, that beard that he just has to demolish. So I went in with kind of low expectations based on just reading, and alum feedback doesn't lie. All right, very nice there. Looking at a spot here. Okay, good. Yeah, I have 1 or 2 weird hairs that are more angled. All right. Eventually, when I get done with this series, I'll get to break out the Blackbird that I bought from my buddy John Gilmore here in town, and I get to use that razor again. Shave still feels very comfortable. Close. Very close shave. Always a few weird ducks. I'm going to probably check a few hairs in that spot. We're going to hit up right here and see what's going on with do a polish. All right. Use some slickness here. You know, honestly, not as close as I had hoped. Let's rinse. Let's not push it because we did basically 3 passes. Use the alum block here. Alright, so let's figure out what the hell's going on. Okay, as far as feedback goes, less than yesterday. A little bit neck spots where I did right here, but any extra popped up. Some popped up right here for like a second. But weirdly, and it may have been better if I had done 2 days growth on it when I have some meetings. Well, fairly close, but my recollection was I could be closer. Comfortable blade, definitely comfortable shave. I can't say I'm any closer necessarily than the sharp edge, so I don't know what to tell you there. I mean, the obvious difference in circumstance was a couple days growth versus a day's growth, so there is that to consider. Star jelly. One thing I will say, that will definitely make your shave feel closer longer. It's more of an illusion than it is than a reality. But is, you know, if you don't use a balm, like right now I'm using a Star Jelly, so it's part balm, but and I've talked about this before, you need a moisturizer, guys. Especially if you're more in the sun. You should have one anyway, just to keep the skin, but it keeps your face softer, and it sort of makes your skin feel better, like you almost got, like if you got a BBS, even if you didn't quite, and you know, maybe in a spot or two when you rub, you're like, that could have been closer. But overall, your face is going to feel a lot better and longer. And honestly, I mean, I'm running down on my keels, which is good stuff. I've got the Body Shop Maca Root men's care stuff, but also this stuff Wadi that's come out that I did a review not too long ago about. Their shaving cream, it's more of a hands-on, low lather. It's really not lather much at all. It'd be good if you're lining stuff or if you want to see exactly what you're shaving. But this stuff, This is long-lasting moisture. It's natural and organic. It's got reishi mushroom, witch hazel, and jojoba oil, but it's got a nice fresh lime scent, and it really gives you a long-lasting moisture feel. So I've been very impressed with that, and their face wash is really nice, but their shaving cream, I can't in my heart recommend it. I mean, especially when we have great artisan stuff. So, but their moisturizer, top notch. No sunscreen, but top notch moisture. I really find it for the price. It's really good. So with that and an extra little advertising, thanks for watching. As always, Perma-sharp, comfortable shave, usually very sharp blade. Like I said, am I any closer necessarily than the Sharp Edge yesterday? No, not really. I feel about the same. Good shave. Actually, I didn't have to do as much work here, so that's a plus. But my neck still. But again, 2 days versus 1 day's growth. Skin ready to take a shave. Yeah, I think after 2 days or so, when I do 2, 3, 4 days in between shaves, I usually feel like I get a better shave regardless. So that could be a mitigating factor. But with that, thanks for watching as always. I appreciate it. Perma-sharp, good blade. Went well in the 6S. On plate 4, soap performed as well. No weepers, no nicks, nothing. I mean, outstanding shave. So take care. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. Watch out for these school buses. Cheers. Too sweet to good brothers and good sisters out there. And I will see you in the next video for the next shave, and we'll pull out whatever blade strikes my fancy. Unless you got a recommendation that if I have it. If not, dealer's choice as always. So take care. Love you. Bye.